Good morning, everybody. Ryan Kostrowski. This is the DFS 5-pack here for another installment of the tip of the day, guys. Let's talk over some DFS, more of the theory and the process behind it. If you're new to the tip of the day, so just take a few minutes every day and just go through some of the little nuances of daily fantasy sports, because those of you who have played for a long time, you guys all know there is a ton of them. Always looking for that edge. If you are new to the show, guys, the easiest way to get more videos for fantasy sports, but mostly for daily fantasy sports, press that red button that says subscribe. The thumbs up is always appreciated. Still looking for a couple more small dollar pledges through Patreons. It's a good way to support the show. Minimal dollars per month. And you get an opportunity to win a free month of the full DFS services. The link to that is down below. All it requires is a simple $2 monthly pledge, and you get entered. 1 out of 8 will win. Also, before we get into the actual tip of the day, guys, just to reiterate to all you Packers, Bucks, and Brewers fans out there, guys, I started a second YouTube channel that's all about talking about these three teams. These are my teams in my home state of Wisconsin. The link to that is below in the description section as well. Now, let's get into today's tip, and this is going to solely be based around NBA for this portion of the year. So we're about 3/4 of the year, give or take. You know, you got teams like my Bucks, you know, the Raptors and the Nuggets and the Warriors, who are pretty well secure in where they're going to be within the playoffs. And then you got other teams who are really, really fighting. And then obviously you got teams that are well out of it at this point. So when you're playing daily fantasy sports, we all know that there's two different types of players. For those of you guys who watch Matt and who watch myself and we talk about DFS on a daily basis, you know that him and I are very much polar opposites. I am the one who plays very consistently, plays very conservatively is another way to look at it, kind of boring, plays a lot of cash games in NBA and NFL, wins a lot, but doesn't win big dollar amounts. So I don't take out nearly big chunks of change like he does, but I also don't do a lot of depositing. Matt will play the opposite side. He'll go for the bigger swings. He will have, you know, multiple nights a year that are way above and beyond anything else I could possibly even hope to attain. So he's got a lot of the high highs. And if you play for that, cool. It's always up to you how you play. And if he's got a lot of low lows, you know, it's going to be more of a roller coaster ride, whereas mine's going to be less exciting. It's just two different ways to do it. You do what you want, you do you. What we're looking for this time of the year is you to take advantage of what the teams are doing to incorporate it how it is that you play. For example, you know, you look at a team like the Orlando Magic, every game matters. You know what their rotation is. Even though my boy Vooch didn't play well last night, he played his minutes. He was just in there. He just didn't happen to play well. But they're going to play their true rotation more often than not. The Celtics, the Pistons, the Jazz, all these teams kind of right in the middle of the playoff race who are jockeying for home court just to stay in the playoffs, potentially move up. You know what you're getting out of them this time of the year. Now, on the other side, you got teams like the Knicks and the Mavs. Nothing to play for. They're more likely to play around with the rotations from time to time. If somebody's riding a hot hand, and we know the New York Knicks are probably the biggest proponent of this, or the biggest issue we have is knowing what they're going to do. They're going to have big time upside guys on every slate. They're also going to have big time letdown guys. So if you're going for upside, the Knicks have multiple guys tonight I think are in line for 7, 8, 9 times upside nights. The problem is those same guys could come out and easily give you 2 or 3 if Coach Shitsdale decides to mess with the rotation again. So know what you're getting out of your teams this time of the year. Know how you play. Mix them in there that way, and it should be the best way for you to capitalize on this portion of the NBA year where things get different. Things are about to start get real nuts. Teams are going to start calling up G League players if they're really far out of it. We got a huge, huge prospect in Zion Williamson that everybody wants a piece of. So you're going to see teams tanking left and right. As the season progresses, things will only continue to get funkier and funkier depending on who is completely out of it and things like that. So know what your teams want to accomplish right now. Acquiesce that into how you like to play as an individual. Like I said, I'm kind of boring and conservative. I own that. It's not as exciting the way that I play. So I like looking at teams that have something to play for tonight that I know what I can count on. And occasionally when a lot of those upside guys hit, it might not be good for me that night. The flip side of that is all those nights where those upside guys tank and too many people play them in cash games, I get easy wins. So, you know, there is a yin and a yang to it. You know, Matt, he's going to have some nights where his guys shit the bed and completely ruin a lineup for him. But if he can find that one night where he hits on 6 or 7 of them, you know, he could have a night like he did last Saturday where he took in, you know, multiple thousands of dollars. So know your goals, know your teams. Go get that money, guys. Thanks for watching. Regular scheduled DFS advice will be out shortly. Have yourself a great Wednesday, and we will see you soon.